Alright, we have a general idea about what makes things funny, so now let's talk specifics. Here are a few funny things that I think this idea can help us understand. First, let's look at a classic meme, Afro Ninja. Obviously, this is a major fail, but it also shows how higher expectations make a fail even bigger. See, in the very beginning he gives a little nod, like watch this. This gives the impression that he's good at what he does, so when this happens, we laugh even more. Now, on top of that, he gets right up, so we don't have anxiety over whether he's seriously hurt.
No, I'm okay.
We might focus on the big crash, but without those bits before and after, this video would probably be a lot less famous. Along the same lines, one of the most popular memes in recent years is DOGE. It's probably also one of the most bizarre. Here's how I think it works. If you take a look at these pictures, you can see that in all of them, DOGE is in a position of respect, and the captions look like DOGE is mocking it. The idea is that this lofty position has been conquered by a dumb animal. And not just that, it's been so conquered that he totally understands the subtext of it and is mocking it. So with that in mind, we can probably make a DOGE meme of our own. We'll pick a high status position, let's say the Oscars, and we'll put him on the big screen above everyone else, so he's either won it or hacked his way in. Then we'll add our captions, which will mockingly expose the supposedly sophisticated subtext. Add some childish colors and hopefully it works. Next, one of the biggest genres of viral video, pranks. The purpose of a prank is to make someone react to something they shouldn't, so we can laugh at their bad judgment. So the more ridiculous the situation, like an infinite shampoo bottle or a flying Grim Reaper, the sillier people look when they're fooled by it. We hate when pranks are fake though, because that goes against the whole reason we're laughing, since no one really showed bad judgment. And actually, a lot of things we label as pranks aren't actually pranks, but are instead social experiments. Like for example, gold digger prank videos. People don't actually watch to see a mistaken reaction. I think they watch because they're curious about how the situation plays out in real life. Like seeing how people actually react to you if you're famous or have a super expensive sports car. We also laugh a lot at farts. I think this can happen for a few reasons. Generally, a fart shows someone failing to meet social standards, or not being able to control their own body. In babies, there can be signs of discomfort that end in a fart, where we could assume that they were in pain and find out it was harmless, making us laugh at ourselves. And in each of these cases, the sound is distinct and noticeable, making for a strong, funny moment. Another classic type of humor is impressions.
James Brown been singing 20 years. I walked up and said, James, I love your stuff, James says.
Generally, impressions let us imagine a particular person doing or saying something foolish. Thus, a good impression accurately matches the voice and mannerisms of the target.
Let's talk about some music.
On top of that, you can exaggerate some of those mannerisms into something foolish in and of themselves.
I had to write it down.
Allowing people to notice that oddness in the actual person. And like we've said, the higher the status or expectations we have of that target, the more humor you can produce. So, someone with a reputation for being smart or strong, who has very distinct mannerisms, makes for a great impression target, like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Morgan Freeman. Similarly, a classic form of radio humor is song parodies, where lyrics to popular songs are replaced with ones that mock some person or thing.
And I'll throw away my Listerine, my brushing days are done.
We talked earlier about puns and how they're verbal misplacement. Well, song parodies combine that misplacement with an impression, mocking or calling attention to odd aspects of the song itself. In many cases, the singer of the parody can make themselves look bad too, by making what seems like an insult to someone else so happily.
Those teeth, everybody, come on. They're green and they are gray, right?
As though they're clueless about any consequences. And the ability to do all these funny things at once makes it a comedy staple. Lastly, I want to throw in something about Dave Chappelle. Obviously, there are a lot of things that go into a great comedy show, but here's one trick. In his skits, he gets insulted all the time. But if you notice, he doesn't fire back immediately.
Man, you ought to take that cane
and beat whoever made that suit to death.
He takes a second to simply look at himself awkwardly. In other words, standing there looking stupid. This makes the insult a lot funnier, because besides giving us more time to process what was said, it also makes him look even worse by not having an immediate comeback. This idea is used a lot in comedy, but few people have done it as well as Dave Chappelle. And okay, I hope these were interesting, and in the last video, we're going to talk about how to apply this idea in some unconventional and hopefully useful ways. Thanks.